And I think to cheer myself up, I'm gonna play some Gunfire Reborn, and you can see how the game looks, Molotov. And then I'll split up the VOD later. I do have to go into OBS though to I apologize for the black screen. I have all my game audio on on one scene all by itself. Oh, OBS chat really needs to catch up. There we go. All right, so I only have 2 characters right now. So I have the Crown Prince, which is the character you start with. And then I have Aobai. They're Chinese names, and it really I'm not the greatest at pronouncing them. So they each specialize in different things. He's explosive and dual wielding. He's energy, or he's kind of like elemental play. I'm gonna play him. So I already have a few traits bought. So they give me a little bit of an edge starting out. To be perfectly honest, can we agree that I had probably the most cliche Minecraft death to end it all? You're just sitting there and like the most cliche is an unseen creeper explosion. So once you get a trait, you can access this chest, which allows you to start with an additional weapon. I'm going to pick Scorching Rounds because it's a pretty nice starting weapon. So when, you know, if you get this game, Molotov, there's actually, the game immediately starts you off with a tutorial, so it'll explain the basics. But your primary gun you can't replace, but it has infinite ammo. I always use it to break every surrounding I have, because that gets you more ammo, more grenades, secondaries, whatever character you're playing. I dash a lot, because I feel like the game movement is slow. I'm probably not going to do any exercise points for this. But I am planning to take out of the bank, though, too. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I mentioned that I think I was going to increase the counter to 20 on the last stream. So vaults can get you upgrades. No, yeah, it's definitely cute characters, for sure. They introduced a new one, but I don't have that character yet. On my personal account, he's the only character I don't have. But obviously it reset the data because I'm on a separate account. This game's actually, it's fun, but it can be really hard. Like, I've not actually beaten a run on this. Alright, so this is going to get me an occult scroll. These are the primary power-ups of the game. So, fast loader. After swapping weapons, replenish the magazine instantly and plus 30% lucky shot chance. So lucky shot chance is just basically a free crit, more or less. Oh. So now we get to one of the things I dislike about this game, too much RNG. So I have RNG based off the guns that drop, RNG based off the scrolls that appear. Then you have this. So each character has a trait menu. So this is the Crown Prince's trait menu. Despite having 18 traits to pick from, this thing will randomly select 3 of them, and you have to pick one of those to upgrade. I feel like there's too much random in the game. And I feel like that ends up hurting the game in the end because of... or, like, not necessarily hurts it, but it can make it harder because it's really hard to get a solid build going with what you're looking for. I was just thinking about a point you were making earlier, Molotov, talking about maybe switching to YouTube. I will say, follow whatever decision you want, but it is a lot harder to get like the equivalency of affiliate status on YouTube. You need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 channel views. So it's a lot harder to get anywhere on YouTube. So if you're gonna make that switch, make sure you're like, I don't really care about that kind of status really to me, but it comes with being able to make money and stuff. So it does YouTube makes it a lot stricter on you. YouTube does give you better cuts though. Off a membership and super chats, they only take 30% versus Twitch's 50%. Trust me, I looked into which... Oh, come on, mouse! I definitely looked into, like... I really wanted to do YouTube, but I wanted to be sure, like, what was I missing out on Twitch? Because I was considering dual streaming, but Twitch has... Once you reach Twitch affiliate, all Twitch VODs and stuff... All VODs and streams have to be on Twitch for 24 hours before they can be re-uploaded elsewhere. Or else you're breaking the affiliate TOS. Yeah, if you're not in it to make money, I don't really think it matters. But if you want to make money, then Twitch, it's easier to start on Twitch. But a lot of bigger, streamers are switching to YouTube now. Like, Alpha Gaming switched over, Ludwig just switched over. There's a lot of bigger names switching over to YouTube now, and... Here's my theory as to why. I can't necessarily confirm whether or not it's true. It's my theory. But, so, when streaming really started picking up and Twitch was gaining its popularity, people liked streaming because they didn't have to edit, and it allowed for immediate interaction with their community, with their chat. However, I think now that the joys of streaming have... Why is my mouse being stupid? Thank you. Sorry about that. Oh, yay. There's still someone here. No. But now that the novelty of streaming has worn off, I think some streamers are starting to realize that streaming isn't as a creative thing to do. Like, when you're streaming, you can't be as creative because everything's happening live. You're just really playing a game. Right? And I think a lot of them switched because YouTube opens up a lot of opportunities for them in terms of being creative versus just being on Twitch. Like, look, think of it this way. Even Twitch streamers have a YouTube channel. Generally, like some of them, like Iron Mouse or Project Melody or Silvervale, have two where they upload their VODs and they upload like highlight content and stuff, right? So lucky draw. What's that achievement? Obtain a weapon with 2 or more exclusive inscriptions. Oh. Yeah, and to be honest, while I'm not trying to influence you to switch at all, it'd be really nice to have, like, I mentioned eBay earlier, another one of Min's models. Like, she also commissioned Min. She's also on YouTube. And, you know, it'd be kind of cool to have, like, our own little, like, YouTube group, especially for when, like, raiding, you know, starts. Like, we have friends that we can raid. The other reason why I also picked YouTube, and this one's a bit, call it a bit like egotistical or narcissistic of me to think this, but I follow a lot of VTubers that stream on YouTube. Some of them, such as like Callie, yeah. Callie, I know, has been known to show up in indie streams and stuff like that, and in all honesty, not all of them have Twitch channels. Not all of them are even on Twitch. So to me, it would be, you know, if, say, like, while I'm working on the Callie cross-stitch, you know, she could show up in my chat and say hello or something, right? Like, to me, seeing them in her, like Selen Tetsuki, Alira Pandora, Kiara Takanashi, you know, some of the streamers I absolutely love that stream on YouTube that could show up in my chat. Like, I would love that. Like that, like, I don't know nor really care about very many Twitch streamers, and the ones I do care about also have YouTube channels, so they could still appear on YouTube through their YouTube channons, right? Like I said, it's a bit conceited for me to think that they might actually even show up in my stream. But, you know, dream big. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big. It's not like I'm expecting or demanding it. I just think it'd be cool if it is. I do plan that when I do the cross stitches, I do plan to use said VTuber's art tag to promote the stream, because it really is an art piece of them. So I don't see why it would be wrong. But like there's clips of like Callie showing up in some people's streams, and I do not care about any of that stuff. And I would love to be one of those people. Like, it would mean so much to me to see Callie in my stream. Or anyone really. Alright, so we got an elite here. Elites are like mini bosses. They can be pretty tough. This is actually not one of the hardest ones. This is probably one of the easier ones. Because he only has a health bar. He doesn't have armor or shield or anything. Just have to get by the shield. Got him. Yeah, but that's just my whole 2 cents on things. Like, to me, YouTube has been like a home to me since I made my account in 2011 or 12. I still remember the first person I subscribed to. I still remember the first video that made me get an account. It's where I've gone to after school, you know, back when I was still in high school. You know, it's been my comfort zone and the place where I can, you know, like, I wouldn't necessarily say I've joined a lot of communities from it, but I've definitely found comfort in it. And I've not found that comfort in Twitch. So that's why I picked YouTube. Yeah, like, there's other ideas like, oh, a VTuber might show up in my chat, but a long time ago, a friend sent me the Mean Kitty song video, if you're familiar with it. I immediately subscribed to SMP Films. I take a chance on that one. And then I subscribed to the Mean Kitty channel. Then I subscribed to Caters17, who was a friend of his at the time that was doing daily vlogs. So I got to see a little bit more of the behind the scenes stuff. Because she was a roommate of his at the time. And then my cousin introduced me to Minecraft, and then I found Paul Soares Jr. And then Lucklin Minecraft Workbench, or Lucklin from Minecraft Workbench at the time, anyways. And then I found members of the Creatures, and it just kind of spiraled from there, like who I found and who I enjoyed watching and all that sort of stuff. Like when you were watching me play Minecraft, and I was getting to those 4-way junctions that had the wood pillars, that was advice from Paul to use an axe to cut down the pillars, so enemies couldn't sneak up on you around the corners, like a creeper or a skeleton couldn't hide behind them. Oh, and you had easier access to see or not get caught while running away or something like that. He had a whole lot of slew of survival tips that were really nice and helpful. The Mean Kitty song, though, like that's a YouTube classic. That's a 2006 video right there. And it was really sad when last year in 2020, the cat in the video, Sparta, passed away. That was a real heartbreaking moment for just the YouTube community in and of itself. You know, like, kind of almost, that cat was basically almost a YouTube original. No, it's a different cat. This was that's Keyboard Cat. This was a cat that he basically, the way Corey, you know, he's the guy behind SMP Films, explained it. He had just moved into an apartment, and he really wanted to show the apartment to some friends, So he had this really crazy idea to write a song about how his cat behaves and just shoot it around his apartment to show it off. And the video just went viral. Keyboard Cat, the Keyboard Cat video, the cat had actually passed away before the video was even posted. That video, I think, was made in the 80s or 90s, and YouTube didn't exist until like the 2006. So I think the original Keyboard Cat was already passed away before the video was posted. Yeah, the Mean Kitty song. I wouldn't say it's the first YouTube video I've seen, but it's the one that made me get an account. For sure. It's a YouTube classic, I'll tell you that. You'll enjoy it. If you've ever owned a cat or know someone that's owned a cat, the entire song will make sense to you. Like in a laughing, funny way. Yeah, like I remember seeing the video where he let the chat see the chat say goodbye to Sparta. Basically, they woke up one morning and Sparta just couldn't move his back legs. That was it. So they took him to the vet, and at that point he was like 14, 15 years old, right? Like the original video was done in 2006 when he was still a kitten, and he died in 2020. So about 14, 15 years old, something like that. Yeah, the saddest, like, not to talk about cats dying on stream here, but the saddest cat death I've ever seen. So two of my favorite YouTubers, Steven George and Mallory George. Between the two of them, they own 3 YouTube channels. So Mal has a painting channel where she paints incredibly beautiful video game artwork, and then Steven has 2 channels. Steven Plays, where he plays games, and Steven Vlog, where he does daily vlogs. He's done daily vlogs every day since November 2009. He just passed his 12-year anniversary of doing daily vlogs. So if you want to talk about dedication, that's dedication. To film your life every day for 12 years. However, in 2012, they adopted two kittens. Kittens would be known as Sagan and Kepler. You came to enjoy and love these cats. For, every day on the vlog, these cats were there. A joy to see and everything. And then in February 2020, the tragedy struck. Sagan was feeling sick, took him to the vet, and discovered a tumor had ruptured in his stomach. They had to put him down. So this cat that you saw for basically his whole life for 7 years. Yeah. I'm good though. Triple comeback in its best. This cat that you saw and you loved for 7 years Well, there's the second triple comeback. Like, the community was heartbroken. Steven and Mal, they were, like, almost depressed for, like, 2-3 months straight. It was so huge. Oh, I've unlocked the golem now. I didn't realize I had to unlock the golem, but okay. But yeah, those that, you know, that's definitely, and even, and you know, the other cat, Kepler was basically heartbroken. They were saying he was walking around the house trying to find Sagan, you know, not realizing Sagan wasn't coming back. Like, that was truly heartbreaking. And yeah, definitely. And that's an interesting idea too, because when you think of it like this, it would immortalize your dog, right? Like, imagine that, you know, when the day comes, you know, hopefully no time soon, you know, knock on wood and everything, your dog is now immortalized with you in a particular format. You know, that means something to you. And that would, I feel like that's, you know, that would be a true way to keep going. It would encourage you to stream every day, because it would be like, hey, you know, if I stream today, I get to see my dog, you know, that kind of thing. On to the next area. I'm kind of surprised I've done this well so far. The triple comeback kind of saved me. My thing is I don't know about my character here, but the other characters I have in my story, they all have transcended modes. Like, for example, the dragon's transcended mode is a dragon. I'm debating on whether I ask the original artists to draw those things or not, because not every artist can draw those types of things, right? Like, I can't really ask, like, if there's an artist that only draws humans, I can't particularly ask them to draw a dragon, right? Like, I might have to ask someone else and for them to use the original artwork as a reference. But there's some that are easier to draw. Matter of fact, if I count out, like, let's factor in all the dragon and the knights. Out of all of them, you know, when you're factoring in superhuman powers, two count as human, and one counts as formerly human. None of the rest are human. At least not by the definition of what their race is. Their race or species or whatever. They may look human, but it doesn't necessarily mean they are human. Oh, sweet new scroll. Ooh, a desert boar. Are those spawning now? Oh, all enemies turn into desert ores. I see. Yeah, I'm like, I got one of my commissions back that allow me to start working on the audio skits. I just need to spend some time with a voice changer, but like, this is why I haven't booked anything for December, because I'm just still so tired from work. You know, I come home, I stream, and then I don't really have any time to fiddle around with a voice changer. Especially with how random in length my streams can be. Some are 2 hours, some are... You know, my Nexamon one the other day was the longest stream I had. I think it was almost 5 hours. Finally. Let's see what that scroll over here is. When not within 12 meters of a monster, gain plus 1% lucky shot chance every 0.5 seconds, up to 20 stacks. Lose 1 stack every 0.5 seconds when within 12 meters of a monster. When at 20 stacks, gain an additional 20% lucky shot chance. But I'm just excited for, like, you know, I've always kind of wanted a creative outlet, and I found it here with YouTube and with being a VTuber. I can basically do both things and not look like a complete fool. At least, you know, hopefully. And I get to make friends along the way. You know, it's a lot of people that are friendly but don't really know how to make friends. And then it just you know, those are the types of people you want to be friends with, because they're the ones that, you know, generally, you know, appreciate your friendship more. You know, I'm the type of person where I'm not the guy that will necessarily go and just start talking to strangers, but once I get to know someone, I may once I get to know someone, though, I can, like, never shut up, sort of like now. But I'm also streaming, so I kind of have to talk, which I guess is a blessing in its own right, under that regard. But, like, what I mean is, though, think of it this way. If I was talking about these characters, you know, in the same type of context, but I was an IRL streamer, wouldn't it seem weirder than if I was a VTuber like I am, where I can fit myself into the lore and they're not just characters? Like, I feel like my, I feel like I have a better opportunity to be my wacky self when it's a kind of a part of my character than to be judged IRL for the same thing. Like, people can be finicky. Like, let's not get into the bad side of finicky, but people can really pick and choose what they do and do not like. Plus, as a VTuber, because you're like, I don't know if you'll know this song. So there's a band called 3 Days Grace, and they have a song called Anonymous. And it's a song I feel like really hits the internet culture. Where the chorus is, we get by in a world with no conscience by shouting it out and being anonymous. And the problem is that you're just like me. And I really feel the meaning of those lyrics because that's literally the world we live in. You know, we feel like we can say and do whatever we want because we believe we're anonymous. You know, a username doesn't necessarily have to be who you are, and it can hide your anonymity. Give this one a try. Is there a vault in this map? In this room? I don't think so. Well, it's a much better lesson than the newest 3 Days Grace song. So-Called Life. Where the lead up to the chorus is, what a time to be alive. Such a waste of fucking time. And then it kicks into the lyrics, the chorus, which is, how is it? It's like, give me something to take the edge off. Give me something to kick the night off. Give me something to keep my mind off this so-called life. So, you know, many different meanings within that band. Many of them for oh, I died. I'm a revive. I think I have a pretty good run here. I think I can make back the 56 points I spent. Or the 36, whatever I spent. Definitely not worth it. Yeah, that's one thing. I'd call it a real stretch goal, but I would like to learn to sing, because I honestly, even if just doing karaoke, I would like to be able to actually sing songs well. Like, I can't sing for the life of me. But I you know, the idea of an original song would be nice too. But, you know, I definitely would, I wouldn't mind improving my voice. Oh, come on. I don't have a choice but to quit. Well, that was that. Did not make it very far. What's the cheapest thing I can buy? I think it's 35, right? I feel like I need to do at least one more run to make this this worth splitting into 2 streams. So we'll do one more decent run. Hopefully this one goes pretty far. I know we've been getting pretty deep in discussion, Molotov, but what do you think of this game so far from what you've been seeing? I know it's not on console yet, but I think it's planning to come to console next year. Yeah, I've heard the difficulty though is crazy. So one player is okay, 2 players makes it really kind of easy, 3 players it gets harder, and 4 players it's like almost impossible. Like 4 players, apparently the enemies have 7 times the health. I was watching some of the girls from Nijisaji EN were actually playing it before this stream. It was Selen Tatsuki, Alira Pandora, Rimu, and Nina were all playing it. Nina convinced them to play it with them. Though she kept apologizing because she didn't realize how difficult 4 players would be. Oh, yin yang, that's an excellent scroll. Yeah, I've had people like generally I'm down for any collab as long as it's a game I can keep my attention for a decent amount of time. So when it comes to picking games, I generally I'm like, hey, I want to collab with this person. What game do I think they might enjoy playing with? And I watched you were playing Halo, which that at the very least, and the way you were talking about Halo, talking about Borderlands and stuff, leads me to believe that you very much like first-person shooters. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see if, which is why I thought of this game first more than anything. But you're like, oh, any first-person shooter really would probably be a game you'd enjoy playing. To me, though, a first collab, this is just my opinion. Not that I've done collabs, but I feel like a first collab should never be a game that would have investment. Like, you and me, like Borderlands, for example, is absolutely not a game we should collab with for the first time, right? It makes absolutely no sense for you and me, first time ever, to collab in a game that could take 40, 60 hours to beat. Right? Like, things might come up that prevent us to complete it. Hell, we've literally just started streaming together. We might not be the most compatible people on a stream. So to me, the first collab game should really be a game... Yeah, but what I mean is, like, to me, the first collab game should be a game that isn't a commitment, right? So, like, this game, this is a roguelike, or a roguelite. You know, I died, I restarted. You know, like, that's literally what this game is. So to me, that's a good collab game, because it's a game where we could literally start and stop whenever, you know, and we can really get a feel for how we connect. Like, I for eBay, when I want to collab with her, I found she's a big fan of, like, dating sims and stuff, and I found a co-op dating sim, and where the, like, players can compete to try and recruit or to try and date someone, or between a handful of characters. And I thought, like, oh, you know, that would be an absolutely fun game to play with her. I've never played it before, but I've seen it, and it's a fun game. And, you know, so I'm completely down with that. And though I've come to this conclusion, so I don't know if I've explained this, but I do not like PvP. I have had bad history in the past with PvP, and it has really kind of... However, I don't mind PvP if it's exclusively with friends. I can do it with friends. I don't like doing pub online PvP. Had a lot of bad memories involving it. However, so, you know, I've not played any games like Fortnite or any of those Battle Royale style games. However, I feel like, as a VTuber, I'm contractually, but I feel like I'm contractually obligated to own Apex Legends. I don't know why, but it just feels like, as a VTuber, that's, like, part of the deal. Is that once you're a VTuber, you have to own Apex Legends. And possibly play it 3 times a week. Because I feel like, flip a coin on a VTuber, they probably are, if not have played Apex that week. Or are going to. Like, I wouldn't mind playing Apex, but I'd want to play it with people. I definitely wouldn't want to play it by myself. I'm also absolutely not a fan of ranked. If I'm going to play PvP, I'm not at all interested in ranked. At all. I'll just play, like, bottom tier pub. I don't care. Do not care for rank. This is funny, though, because I did used to play Smite, and I actually quite enjoyed playing Smite, even by myself. Yeah. There's another VTuber friend I've been chatting, or new friend that I've been chatting with. She's the only one that has not been associated with Min in any way. That but you know, she likes, you know, Apex and some other games and stuff, and you know, like, you know, that's a person that could be fun to collab with. Like, someone that can help me learn the ropes and stuff. But, you know, like, there's a lot of opportunity for me, like, just in general with VTubing that I really like. Like, I don't see the downside yet. I'm sure there's going to be one, but I don't see it yet. You know, I enjoy... you know, opportunity to make friends. I get to play games. I get to be creative. I get to play games with more friends, because in all honesty, like, I don't have a lot of IRL friends in the first place, and the friends I do have generally don't play games, and the few that do don't generally play the games I like to play, or are just as much of a loner playing games as I am. So they generally also just kind of play by themselves. Oh wow, I completely forgot to turn off my BGM when I switched to this game. I'm gonna take the shot. What did I get? Cursed Magazine. When reloading, there's a 33% chance to double ammo consumption. Well, that's not good. I really don't like the trade-off I just got. Yeah, I can definitely tell you this is going to be my last run. Man, I really wish I could figure out how to get rid of these spam commenters. They all say different things, so it's hard to catch them with like a bot or something. Without like copying and pasting them all into without copying and pasting them, every single one of them into like the chat bot, which I don't even know is working. Every so often, chatbot's also supposed to promote my Twitter, which it doesn't do either, so I don't really know. To be perfectly honest, Twitch has had a lot more issues than just bots typing nonsense in terms of what a bot can do. Like, I'm not going to say YouTube's perfect, but I tend to hear a lot more problems in regards to Twitch than anything else. But granted, YouTube's had its own hate problems as well, so the whole Kiru Koko situation basically isolates that one down to a T as well. Alright, sounds good. Once this run dies, I'm gonna end stream anyways, so... we'll just see how long this stream can go. Or this run can go. Any red chests? Uh, 2 more seconds, freeze. Sounds like a good decision. Oh, I'm fighting the golem. Sweet, new boss. Now, I've fought this guy before on my previous account, but... Okay, well, you make it seem like that's an issue. No. I'll still stick with what I got. Probably buy that, though. Alright, Golem is a bit of a tricky one. Oh my god, that's kind of a bit of a lot of damage. Not gonna lie. Goodbye. Well, concealed ammo is just as powerful as ever. Deals an additional 50% damage when weapon damage causes an elemental effect. Kind of preferred that fight over the other guy. When you're hitting 5-digit numbers by throwing your gun, you're definitely not going to complain. Ooh, I should also mention Molotov. This is an indie game, so it's actually going to be pretty cheap. I think it's only like $20 or $30, and that's Canadian, so that's going to be less for you. Because I have to pay like 30% more. Damn conversion rates. Damn Canadian dollar being crap. I'm sure it probably could run on your laptop. You can look at the requirements. You might have to lower the settings a little bit, but I'm sure it probably could. Just gotta keep in mind, though, that if you stream it, and it also run whatever streaming service you're using, and all that stuff. Like, let me check it on Steam right now. Currently, right now on Steam, it is $22.79 Canadian, which converts to just under 20 bucks. It says like 17.79 or 78. So, you know, just under 20 bucks American, whatever that rounds to for you. Like, for a game that currently is rated overwhelmingly positive on Steam, and a game that's roguelite, so you're gonna keep and keep and keep playing it, 20 bucks I think is a deal. Like, you know, no offense to Halo, and as long as the games may be, most people will spend $80 on the game and probably not play it again. Right? Like most RPG games, like, I still don't know how I got 3,000 hours out of Borderlands 2. Like, let's be real on that one. Yeah, on Steam, Borderlands 2 is my most played game. Borderlands 2 at 3,000. Like, now that's on Steam. Like, I have 10,000 in Guild Wars 2. MapleStory's probably my most played game of all time in my life. Warframe, I think, is at, like, almost 2K. Pre-sequel, I have, I think, about 1,500 in. There's certain games I just love, like Crosscode, I've spent 1,000 in. I'm gonna go for the revival. This elite's almost dead. Even if I die, I would like the kill on the elite, because that helps me unlock stuff. Okay, well, that wasn't worth it then. I haven't played MapleStory in years. Probably since 2015. Well, I can show you the other heroes, though. I might not have access to them. So the next guy to unlock is going to be this guy, Kinyan. He's my favorite character. He specializes in close range, specifically in the usage of, like, shotguns and stuff. Then you have this guy here, Lei Lao. Focuses on electric damage and sniper rifles. Then you have the only girl of the crew, Tao, who specializes in melee combat. Then you have Qian Sui, who I have not played yet. I've not unlocked him. But it seems he specializes in water, and which isn't really an element in this game. But I imagine he probably plays like the role of like a brute enforcer. Like maybe like a melee tank, which would differentiate him from Aoiba, who is a gun tank. But yeah, I have like let me I'm gonna switch out of the game here and switch to my chatting screen here. Like let me just oh no, you know what? I can't actually look that up because my time played is actually on my oh, you know what? Maybe I can look it up on my browser. I don't know if I can wow, I can show rarest achievements. That's an interesting one. I don't think I can check it. Here we go. All right, so I have my list. Borderlands 2. So this is, keep this in mind at Molotov. This is on my personal account, not my VTubing account. So my VTubing account, I literally made like days before my debut. So it's not gonna have a lot of time on stuff. Just minimize this so I can. All right, so number 1 with 3,055 hours, Borderlands 2. Number 2 at 2,199 hours, Warframe. Then I got Maple Story at over 1,200 hours. Borderlands pre-sequel at over 1,100. Crosscode at over 1,000. Skyrim Special Edition is over 600. Final Fantasy 12, 500, over 500 hours. Dragon Nest, 443. Kingdoms of Amalur, 463. The original Skyrim, 392. Monster Hunter World, 386. Killing Floor 1, over 300. Warframe actually has new DLC coming out next week. Or this week. The new war is starting. The next story point that people have been waiting years for. And then Killing Floor 1 at over 300. The original Kingdoms of Amalur for 250. Gunfire Reborn, 200. And it kind of goes down from there. Oh, Biomutant is 170. That's pretty good. Oh, I got 126 and Wise 9. I did not think I spent that much time in that game, but I am not surprised. Fantastic game. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, there's definitely some games like if you know, I want to do a full 4-person playthrough of the Borderlands franchise. That's one thing I want to do with a consistent group of players. You'll find if you ever play Borderlands 2 with me, or even pre-sequel to an extent, and 3, not so much 1, because I've only beaten 1 once. I have pathing in Borderlands 2. Like, I follow a set path, a set course. I know how to skip dialogue to speed up the process of quests and the main story and stuff. Like, I know how to push through that game. I really know how to push through that game. I know how to save time. Like after Sanctuary gets warped away, you can go to the Caustic Cavern. There's quests for it, but there's also a quest later in the game that sends you there. So I wait till that quest so I can complete Caustic Cavern in one shot, right? So like I minimize my travel so I don't have to unnecessarily travel too much. During the conflict that causes Sanctuary to be teleported around or teleported away, you can overlap like 3 different conversations at once. And because of how the game stores dialogue, if one conversation starts, it'll cut off the previous one. It'll override that dialogue. But if you have two separate conversations going at the same time, the dialogue keeps overwriting itself, which the next line of dialogue doesn't set to trigger until the previous one ends. But since it's getting interrupted, it ends early, forcing it to skip to the next dialogue, which causes it to skip the second conversation's dialogue, and you can just speed through the whole thing so much faster. Because there's a lot of physical trigger points that don't occur until dialogue, but the dialogue needs to be said first, so you can use the 2 conversations to skip through all the dialogue. It's actually really cool with how you do it. You can do the same thing in pre-sequel, but pre-sequel it's easier because you have an infinite use echo log that you can keep spamming to interrupt dialogue. But anyways, I think I'm gonna call it here. I gotta spend some time in the editor so I can split up these 2 streams. And then I gotta highlight the death and upload that to YouTube and Twitter. Because nothing says hardcore Minecraft like death. I'm a little upset it happened this early. Like, I didn't even get to find Diamond. I'm a little upset I didn't get to find Diamond. However, I just remembered I gotta do my exercise. So, Molotov, I don't know if you want to join me, but you can definitely watch my suffering, at the very least, if you decide to do that. I think today I probably will do some push-ups and sit-ups. Yeah, you wanna hear my pains of the push-ups that I'm not strong enough to be able to do? I want to make sure I do this because I don't want to keep adding to the backlog. Yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Last thing you want to do is do push-ups next to the knife block or something like that. I'm in my tiny bedroom, so I barely have room to do push-ups in the first place. But here we go. So my counter is 24. I want to pull out of the bank, but I also know that I'm not necessarily physically capable of doing too many push-ups. So, I might try to pull out 20 points. Let's see. We'll aim for 34 at the very least so I can pull out 10. Alright, here we go. Yeah, like, I have to do push-ups from the knees. I don't have the strength to do standard push-ups. I have to do them from the knees. Until I can get that kind of arm strength, that's what I'm doing. Alright, my arms are already shaking. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In my grade 9 gym class, I was the only one that could not do regular push-ups. I had to do them from the knees. I've never been blessed with upper body strength. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh. Definitely gotta take breaks. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I kind of look at me and my sister, and while my sister's not like, I wouldn't describe her as like butch or manly. My sister definitely got the better physical frame than I did. She's a lot stronger than me, just naturally so, I would say. Definitely didn't help in the situations when we were growing up and we would fight them. Absolutely not. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Oh. Alright, time for 34 sit-ups now. I always do 2 exercises, so it's not oh, I was pulling out of the bank. So I don't want to have to keep adding to the bank. So I can go in here. I can modify this to 40 now. It'll change on stream in a second. There we go. Now I'll just do my sit-ups and then I can clear the counter entirely. Well, this at the very least frees up a slot for maybe some more like Gunfire, something like that. I'm really trying to progress in Gunfire, but I might want to try some more one-shot games. Like, I would really like to play One Finger Death Punch on stream, which is a game that is as awesome as it sounds, not gonna lie. And it only needs 2 buttons. Alright. Time for sit-ups. Alright. These aren't as bad as push-ups, but they can still hurt. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, or 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 27, 28, 9, 30, 31, 32, 3, 34. No. Oh boy. Reset my counter here. There we go. Oh boy. I can feel the burn. All right, so well, at the very least, I kind of figured Minecraft was going to end quickly, which is why I only saved it for 1 slot a week. I didn't know how long Minecraft would go for. So, honestly, this was, I think, the 4th Minecraft stream, which I think is further than I thought I was going to get anyway. In the end, I think I died from greed. A couple times I was thinking if I should head back up with what I have, but I just kept searching and searching and searching, and oh, a little upsetting. All right. So now, for for the closing spiel. Yeah, stupid creepers indeed. For the closing spiel that all content creators must give. Thank you for watching. My name is Daimien Kamiya, the Omni King. You can like and subscribe if you so choose to do so. You know, December's coming to an end. January is going to be when a lot of my content, I feel like, really begins and takes off. This is the second game to have finished. The first being Bright Memory Infinite, which I really didn't think I would complete in 2 hours. But I definitely look forward to whatever game is going to replace this slot next week. Yeah, so this is Daimien Kamiya. I am signing off with my physical exhaustion. Thanks for stopping by, Molotov, and anyone else that will see this in the VOD future. All right. Bye.